So this comment caught my attention. Apple updated the Apple Music app to no longer support the iPod Classic, the iPod Video, and multiple others. I gotta test this now. One of the iPods I'll be testing is an iPod Video, but the hard drive in this thing is dying and needs to be replaced, so I don't have high hopes for this one. I'm also going to be testing the newest clickwheel iPod I have, which is a 6th gen Classic, and the oldest iPod I have that doesn't currently have a dead hard drive, which is an iPod Mini from 2005. We'll try the iPod Video first because I know the hard drive in this thing's dying, and we'll see if it shows up. I got the Music app and Finder open, so let's see what happens. Interesting. So it says that it needs to be restored. I don't know if that's because the hard drive's dying or if that's actually a support issue. But it's not looking good. It didn't show up in the Music app. I don't know if the results of that test are because of the dying hard drive or if it's because that comment is true. So let's move on to the iPod Mini. Plug her in, and now we wait. Oh, actually, we don't have to wait. There's something right here in Finder. Oh, hey, it did show up. But what about in the Music app? Yep, there it is. But now for the real question, can I still load music onto it? I'm just going to go ahead and Take Me Back to Eden and drop it on in there, and we'll see what happens. Well, it said it finished, but it's not there. That's not a good sign. All right, as dumb as it sounds, that cable kept dropping out, so we're going to try one that's actually an Apple-branded cable. And one more time. Well, it actually gave me a status bar this time, so let's see if it actually did what it was supposed to. And hey, look, there it is, Take Me Back to Eden. And yeah, all the songs are there. So it looks like in that instance it might have been the cable, so let's try the Classic again. Yep, dang it. In that case, it actually wasn't the cable, it was actually the iPod. So once I got a cable that actually worked, we're 50-50 on an iPod Video that I know the hard drive's dying in, and a functional iPod Mini. So let's go ahead and try the last one, the 6th gen Classic. Go ahead and get her plugged in, and that's a good sign. That is also a very good sign. And that is an even better sign. All right, let's do the same test as before. Go ahead and drop Take Me Back to Eden on there. Oh, and there's that status bar. Wow, that is trucking. Holy crap, and we're done. All right, still says it's syncing. Let's see what happens next. Okay, time to find out if it did what it said. Well, okay, that was easy. So I think it's fair to say that the iPods are still supported in macOS and Apple Music, considering that of the 3 iPods I tested, the only one to fail is one that I suspect has a dying hard drive in it. So yes, you can still use iPods in modern macOS. However, the newest version of macOS coming out later this year, which is called Tahoe, is dropping support for FireWire. Now, that could mean that we're losing support for the 1st and 2nd generation iPods, but I don't know that for sure, and I don't know if a FireWire to USB adapter would resolve that. But for now, 30-pin iPods are still supported in macOS with Apple Music.